Welcome to HealthWatch, presented by Novant Health. I'm Amy Myers, and today I will be your host. Our show features local physicians and health professionals discussing health topics of importance to local residents. Today, in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we will meet Cindy Cheatham and Kimmy Durham of the Novant Health Brunswick Medical Center Foundation. Then we will meet Novant Health OBGYN's new midwife, Kia Fox. And finally, Paige Lippard will join us to share information about this year's Oyster Festival and other upcoming fall events. Stay tuned to learn about valuable health topics with HealthWatch. First, let's welcome Cindy Cheatham and Kimmy Durham of the Novant Health Brunswick Medical Center Foundation. Cindy and Kimmy, we are so glad to have you on the show today. Thanks for joining us.
We're glad to be here.
Thank you.
Before we really dive in, we of course want to make sure everybody knows who you are. So Cindy, why don't you go first? Tell me a little bit about your background and your role.
Okay. I'm the development manager with the foundation, Novant Health Brunswick Medical Center Foundation. I come with about 10 years of fundraising experience. So my role is really to raise money for the hospital, since we are a nonprofit hospital.
Very nice. And you said you've got several years in fundraising prior, correct?
Yes,
right?
yes, here in the community in Brunswick County. So I'm excited to share that knowledge and to take some of that skill set to raise some funds for the hospital.
Absolutely. How long have you been in the local area?
I've been in the area since 1996, but I'm not a local quite yet. But I've been here since '96, and I've been with Novant Health since 2017, so about 2.5 years.
Nice, very good, very good. Kimmy, tell me about yourself and your background a little bit.
Amy, I'm a retired nurse and picked this out as a place to wanted to retire to. So bought here 21 years ago, actually yesterday, and have been here full time for 10. Got active in the community prior to my full-time move here. I'm very passionate about volunteerism and what you can do in your local community to make things different and better. And so I was very ecstatic when Novant asked me to be on the foundation, and now I am chair of the foundation. So when Cindy asked me to do that in Shelburne, I was very pleased.
Very nice, very nice. Well, we're certainly grateful to you. When you said you've only been here full-time 10 years, I thought, man, it feels like you've been here a lot longer than that. Very invested in the community.
Yes, and that's how I feel too. Yeah. I feel like it's been a big part of my life.
Well, certainly a good place to live. Now, where did you move from?
I spent 30 years in Stone Mountain, Georgia, but I grew up in Ohio. So I kept making my way south when I went to college.
Nice. Warmer weather.
Absolutely. No more snow.
Nice. And now close to the beach.
Yes.
So I think you just got to stay now. You
Absolutely.
found the right spot.
That's right. I feel like this is home, and I've met so many wonderful people. We have such a benevolent, giving community, and I know how much support we all give each other, and it's incredible.
So I know you mentioned that in your background, you're a nurse. You're also a breast cancer survivor,
Yes,
correct?
Yes, I am, and I'm very passionate about that. I am a third-generation breast cancer survivor. I say my journey began in utero. My grandmother found her breast cancer in June of 1958 when my mother was pregnant with me.
Wow.
And she survived cobalt radiation, which is the old-timey stuff, because 1958 was a long time ago.
Thankfully, things have changed a little bit, right?
Yes. And she had the radical mastectomy, went through that, and she was a tough old bird because she lived 16 years post that and died of nothing related to the breast cancer. And then my mother had her cancer at age 52 and had the which was new in 1978, modified radical mastectomy. And then I came along at 38. That's when I got diagnosed.
Wow.
And because of my age and family history, I did have the lumpectomy. That was a choice, that or a mastectomy. I chose the lumpectomy, and then I followed up with radiation because that comes with a lumpectomy, so that they can make sure that they get all those cells. And then I had chemo. And so I'll celebrate 22 years of survivorship.
Wow.
this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So young to have
Yes.
such a serious diagnosis.
Yes, yes.
And amazing. I mean, we see you share your story all the time and really do a lot to support breast cancer in our community, which means a ton. I know, Cindy, that the foundation is doing a lot around breast cancer awareness. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Right. Well, we have a breast health fund as part of one of the programs that the foundation has available. We apply for grants every year. We've received grants from Komen in the past, Pfizer in the past, and we have some of our communities that hold golf tournaments and give to that. We have an employee giving campaign, and the employees who are very passionate about that also donate to that. And it's just nice to have that fund available to those women who need those tests, who might not have insurance or who are underinsured.
You mentioned the Susan G. Komen,
Yes.
which I think most people are familiar. That's one of the foundations, and you just know that name.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the dollars. And I think we got a recent grant.
We got a recent, yes, we were awarded a recent grant, a little bit over $29,000. So that will do a tremendous, that would just be tremendous to help the women in our community. And we received a $10,000 grant from Pfizer. So that's just a lot. That just helps a lot of women in our county.
So we're just talking about the Komen funds,
Yes.
the Breast Health Fund. How can women in our community access those resources?
Well, there's an application that they can complete through patient registration, and that will help determine the funds that are available to these women who are underinsured or uninsured.
Great.
So that would be the first step.
Perfect. And the hospital recently added a second mammo machine, correct?
We did.
Yes.
Great.
Yes, I think it's a 3D machine, and that seems to be very much in
Standard of care.
demand
Yep.
these days, and rightfully so, because that's important for early detection.
Wonderful. Well, I know, Kimmy, you certainly, from talking with people in the community and your own experience, but what does this mean for patients when you talk to them about these funds being available?
It means so much, and I would also like to remind everyone that as a woman, and again, we have to remember 3% of all breast cancers are male. So if you have breasts, you're at risk. So remember that. But anyone who has found a lump or has something suspicious, they can go right into patient registration. You can sit there. Obviously, the appointments are good, but you can be seen. All that has to happen is you have to have a doctor's name to send the results to, and that is something that separates North Carolina from a lot of states. So you don't have to make a previous doctor's appointment and all that. You can go in and take care of yourself.
Just have the mammogram.
Yes, and then whether you qualify for funds or not, that can also be counseled, as Cindy said, through the patient registration process. The biggest thing that I'd like to leave with everyone is they have to advocate for themselves, because every case is different. And try not to be afraid if you find that lump, or if you find something suspicious, or you don't feel just right, and make sure you keep going and keep plugging away till you find someone in the medical community that's going to listen to you and make sure you get the test you need.
Yeah, that's such great advice, because you're right. As women, we can kind of write things off and be hesitant to pursue, but it's
That's right.
got to stay that path.
That's right.
Well, we may have some viewers watching who are interested in helping, that want to get involved, that want to donate. How can they do that, Cindy?
Well, they can contact me directly at 910-721-1745. And then they can also look on our website at supportnovant.org.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Such great information and great work in the community.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much.
Now, let's welcome Kia Fox of Novant Health OBGYN. Kia, we are so excited to have you on the show. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so I know you've joined Novant Health OBGYN. We want to learn all about that. But first, tell me some about your background, your education, where you're from.
So I'm born and raised out of Charlotte. There's not a lot of North Carolinians left,
That's
I feel
right.
like. So I started out with my associates there at Central Piedmont.
Great.
Knew I wanted to be a midwife. That's why I went to nursing. I had a teacher there say, you have to go to Frontier Nursing University. It's the best midwifery program. in the U.S. So I got my bachelor's at UNC Wilmington. Right after my associates, went straight into my master's, and recently graduated from there. And now here I am.
Very cool. So you did kind of have some time in the Wilmington area because you went to UNC Wilmington.
Well, that was online.
Online.
Yes.
Okay. And then Frontier.
And Frontier.
Where was that located?
Out of Kentucky.
Okay. Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
I've been a labor and delivery nurse my whole career, preparing.
Okay. How long were you a labor and delivery nurse before you midwife?
6 years now.
6 years. Very cool.
Yes,
Very cool. Well, I know, some folks may just not know exactly what a midwife is and what you do. So let's start there. Tell us a little bit about what it means to be a midwife.
So midwife, they say with women. We are here to serve women, from puberty all the way through their entire lifespan. So we're there not only to serve during childbirth, but we're also there to serve primary care. We're also trained in primary care. We really focus on the physiological normalcy of pregnancy. They say midwives have healing hands, but we also know how to sit on our hands. We're very patient. We like to partnership with women for their health care. We're there as an active team member to serve them.
Okay, very cool. What interested you? You said you always knew that you wanted to be a midwife. What interested you from the beginning? How'd you even know about it as an option?
Well, when I had my daughter, I really researched, who I wanted to care for. Well, there's not a lot of midwives in North Carolina. So that was a trigger that I really needed to be there for women. But what makes me love it so much is the support, to be able to empower women, to show them how strong, how amazing that they are. I mean, we have amazing bodies and we do amazing things with it. I love being there for women.
Very cool, very cool. So I think one of the things that interested me most as you said it is, that it's not just for during childbirth. I think when I've always heard midwife, I think childbirth. So tell a little bit more about that. You said, will you see patients of all ages?
Absolutely. Okay. I'm there for annuals, prenatals, obviously, premenopausal, postmenopausal. I mean, any, gynecological concerns, I'm there for her.
Okay, very cool.
Yes.
So you're working at Novant Health OBGYN.
Absolutely.
Which is a great practice.
Yes.
And I know you've got doctors and nurse practitioners. How will you work kind of alongside that team?
So I explain it to people. They say it takes a community to raise a child. Well, it takes a community to support women, especially during childbirth. It's very scary for some women, and they're very vulnerable at that time. So I'll be working with the doctors and the midwives. We're a community there to support the woman, and we're just there as a team. We're there to give the woman what she needs.
So if a pregnant patient, let's say we've got somebody watching the show right now who is early in their pregnancy or just kind of getting started, if they specifically want to see you as a midwife, do they request you up front? Is that how that works?
Absolutely. When they call to schedule an appointment, they can just say, I want to see the midwife.
Gotcha. And you would see them throughout their pregnancy?
Yes, absolutely. So sometimes whether there's situations that arise, complications, or, I'll collaborate with the physician, and sometimes the physician might need to see them. But for the most part, I can, be there to care for them.
Very good. And then, I understand that, and maybe this is a misnomer even, but when I think of a midwife, I think more natural childbirth.
Yes.
Is that accurate?
So I have lots of tools in my tool belt to help support the woman.
I'm picturing your tool belt now.
Yes, a birthing ball on one side.
Nice.
So I'm there to what we call labor sit. Like I'm just there to support the woman. Help her with position changes. But if a woman desires an epidural, whatever the woman desires, I'm there to support.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice. So it really is kind of no matter the choice, no matter
Absolutely.
Right, and it sounds like Novant Health, Forensic Medical Center, I know got the baby-friendly designation not too long ago, has added a lot of options for more natural childbirth. Can you talk any about those?
So we really encourage position changes. We don't have tubs, but we have open showers, so can do some hydrotherapy there. We starting nitrous oxide It's a gas used for pain, management throughout the labor process. We have monitors that they can move around freely. They're not connected to a machine that sometimes you see on television. But we really encourage the use of doulas, as a support person as well.
Nice. So tell me a little bit more about the nitrous oxide. I've heard you said it's like a gas treatment. How does that work?
So it's like a mask you put on and you breathe it in during labor, and it doesn't take away the pain. That's a kind of a misconception, but it kind of knocks the edge off, and it does wonderful things.
Awesome. So I've heard about this peanut ball. What in the world is a peanut ball?
So it's like a yoga ball, but it's kind of squished in the middle. Looks like a peanut. There's so many different positions you can use it for. It's great if the patient's epiduralized. It keeps the diameter of the pelvis open, so it helps baby rotate down. Even if you don't have an epidural, it does the same thing. Just makes the woman more comfortable and helps the labor process.
So many options now.
Yes, so many. Yes.
And that's, I hear people talk about a birth plan.
Yes.
What's your recommendation? Birth plan or no birth plan?
It's up to the woman. But I encourage my patients to go talk to their partner. See, what are your wishes during the birth? What are your wishes after the birth? So then they can write it all out, and then me and the other providers really understand what's really important to them and what matters. And so then when it comes time, we can provide them, with what they want, in the safest way possible. But,
so things like whether they want an epidural or not, or expect that they're going to want that.
Yes. I mean, anything. It just kind of lines it out so we're on the same page.
Who they want in the room.
Yes.
So I think that's a big one.
Yes.
Good to talk about that beforehand.
A lot of things that were on birth plans before with the baby friendly, we do that already. Skin to skin, delayed cord clamping. Those are some important things to certain moms, and so we do that routinely now.
Okay, and the skin to skin, tell the skin to skin what exactly that is.
So as soon as the baby is born, we place the baby right on mom's chest for bonding, and it promotes breastfeeding. It feels great to hold your baby right there after all your hard work.
Absolutely. Yes. I have 3, and I can relate to that very well. Nothing more comforting right after labor than holding baby.
Yes.
The reward.
Yes.
So you said, and we talked about this a little bit, but you said that at Novant Health OBGYN that you'll see pregnant patients as well as other patients.
Yes.
So even just regular GYN visits, if somebody wants to schedule their well visit with you, that's an option?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I am there to serve all women.
And the same kind of care plan as it would be whether you're seeing a nurse practitioner or a doctor?
Yes.
Okay, great, wonderful. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our viewers to make sure they know about you or about being a midwife?
I just want them to know that I am here to serve them and create a partnership with them to serve their healthcare needs. I want to individualize my care to what each individual person needs. It's not going to be standard, care. I'm there for them.
Very cool. Well, it's such a great service added to our community. You're the first midwife in the area, so very exciting. That must feel kind of special, huh?
It is. I want to get out there and
get to know the community.
Yes, absolutely.
So as we wrap up, certainly our viewers can give a call to Novant Health OBGYN.
Yes.
Or the website, I think, NovantHealthOBGYN.org if they want to.
Or they can look me up on my chart if they are already a patient of Novant.
Oh, perfect. Good to know. Good to know. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Nice meeting you.
You too. Finally, let's welcome Paige Lippard, Community Engagement Specialist with Novant Health. Welcome, Paige. We're so glad to have you on the show today. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and I know you may be a familiar face to many of our viewers. I think you grew up here, right? So tell us a little bit about your background and your education and what you've been doing.
Awesome. Well, my family is all from here, so my mom and dad grew up in town as well, and I was raised in Sunset Beach. I spent my entire life there. I went to Charlotte Middle School, went to West Brunswick. From West Brunswick, I went to UNC Charlotte. I went and received a bachelor's degree in psychology. Shortly after that, I started my career in operations and events. So for the next 5 years, I did that. Here we are, 2019, and in May, my husband and I said, it's time to go home. So we started applying to jobs, and I found this great opportunity with Novant to work with their events and community engagement. So we applied for jobs, and here we are.
Great, that's awesome. It's very cool to hear the stories of people choosing to come back to the community. And what do you like most about here? What kind of brought you and your husband back?
I think it's the people. You know, I wanted to work with events and the community in Charlotte, and Charlotte was great, but I really wanted to be more hands-on with people in our community. And when I saw the position with Novant, my family loves Novant, they always have, and I've always figured out, tried to figure out a way to be a part of Novant, but I didn't know how to make that happen. But when I saw that a community role existed that I didn't know existed, I jumped on that opportunity, and I'm really thankful to be a part of the team.
Perfect. Well, we're certainly glad to have you back in the community.
Yeah,
tell us a little bit, for those who might not know a lot about the role. You said it's a community role. Tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing.
Yeah, so I will be out in the community all the time. I'm already out there weekly, working with a lot of our nonprofits in the community. We really focus in this position on giving back to our education systems, health and human services, and our environment. So if you fall into that category, we're working with those nonprofits, and a lot of the money that comes from Novant that goes to them is being put back into our community.
Very nice. So it sounds like really part of that not-for-profit mission that Novant Health has in serving the community.
Yes, exactly. The not-for-profit is kind of what grabbed me. For a company to put the money back into the community it serves is really what stuck out to me. And I'm all about being a teammate, and the team members at Novant are remarkable. So I'm excited to be a part of it.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like you're going to be out in the community a lot.
Yes.
And I know there are a lot of fall events coming up, probably the biggest of which is the Oyster Festival, right? So tell us a little bit about what you've got coming up.
My favorite, obviously, growing up here in Sunset Beach, Ocean Isle, and we look forward to the Oyster Festival every year. It's not October 19th and October 20th. October 19th is going to be from 9 to 6 p.m. and October 20th will be from 10 to 5. So they're going to shorten a little bit on that Sunday, but it's going to be great this year. The Oyster Festival Committee has been working really hard to put on a good event, great vendors and music and food. So be sure to come out and support it.
And the Chamber of Commerce kind of hosts the event, right?
Yes, so they have a committee that meets all the time, and I'm lucky to be a part of that process and learn kind of how they put on these events. And there's a lot that goes into it. So they are just trying to make it as successful as possible for our community.
Very nice. And it's in a little different location this year, right? There's some construction happening.
There's a little bit of construction going on, but it's right across the street. Not much is going to change. If you want more information, you can go to ncoysterfestival.com, and they have the prices, admission, the address, as well as parking and where you can go to find that parking and shuttle information.
Great. Yeah, so it's really just across the street. Nothing too crazy.
Nothing too crazy. So still look for that shuttle information. You'll get across the bridge, and it's right on the right side.
Okay, and Novant Health is the presenting sponsor again this year.
Yes, we're the presenting sponsor. Like I said, we just really enjoy being part of the community events. That if you come out, Novant's going to be there in full force. We're going to have a big group of team members out there. We recently have opened our pediatrics and our orthos. So if you have questions about those clinics opening, feel free to come out and ask as many questions as you want, and we'll be there to assist you.
Sounds good. So it sounds like a lot of information, probably some fun games.
Some new games this year. We got Plinko in the works. So all you Price is Right fans, come on out. So we'll have Plinko, and we'll have some cornhole, as well as some great prizes that we're going to have there. So good time to come out and meet your fellow Novant employees.
Sounds good. And what else this fall? I know it's just a busy time of year.
So a couple weeks after, we have October 24th at Brunswick Community College. They're going to have their BCC Health Expo. It's going to be from 3 to 7 p.m. And then a couple days later, we have our prescription drug take-back that's going to be at the hospital. So if you have any meds sitting in the cabinets that you just want to get rid of, please bring them to us. You don't want those to ever get in the hands of kids or anyone who shouldn't be around them. So please come out to the hospital that Saturday. That's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and we will help dispose of that for you.
Okay, great. Sounds like a busy October. Yeah. With the prescription drop-off, Novant Health does that a few times a year typically,
they do
right?
it 2 times a year, one in the spring and one in the fall. So if you don't come to the fall one in a few months in 2020, and we'll have another one coming up.
Very nice, very nice. So you can bring pretty much anything, prescription-wise, drop it off.
Yes, anything, bring it to us in a bag, and we will take that for you.
Nice. And you mentioned as well it was the Brunswick Community College Health Expo.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
So they're going to have a bunch of different vendors out there. I've been working with that group, the Brunswick Wellness Coalition, and they are having vendors come out there to do health screenings, blood pressure checks, as well as general information. So come on out. It's going to be a good event. And I'm excited for Novant to be a part of that this
Remind
year.
me of the date and time of that one.
It's October 24th from 3 to 7 p.m.
3 to 7. Okay.
Yes.
That'll be nice too, later in the day.
Later
like
in
that.
the
I think
day,
that's
it's gonna be great.
good
We changed the hours
time.
around so that way the community can get out there and be involved.
Very good, very good. And I've also heard about these newcomer events. I think maybe Shelburne
Yes.
Stevens came and talked to us about those.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So we do that the third Tuesday of every month from 3 to 5 p.m. We just recently had one, and it's great because you think that it's just for newcomers, but it's really for everybody in the community. If you just want to come out and find out different information about our providers and what's going on, because with new clinics opening, you want to know who's joining Novant. They also have a presentation with a lot of the new information in our county, and let me tell you, I thought I knew a lot about our county, but when I saw that presentation, it really showed me how much our county is changing. So we need to jump on and educate ourselves. So come on out, and we also have someone who is available to take appointments right then and there.
Nice, nice. And you said that's every month?
Every month, the third Tuesday of the
Great.
month, yes,
Very
from
nice.
3 to 5 p.m.
Okay. And do they need to call to register?
You
or?
can RSVP, or at the end of this, I'll give you my phone number, and you're welcome to call me and RSVP as well.
All right, sounds good. And you said it's open not just to newcomers, but also people who...
Anyone in the community. We just had a gentleman come that had been here 2 weeks, and he just wanted to find out where to go to the doctor. But we've also had someone that showed up, and they've been here for 20 years.
Wow.
So it really is open to anybody. We just want to help you.
Yeah, it sounds like anybody can
Yeah.
learn a little more information.
Yes.
So, and healthcare
Yeah,
is
it's great.
always
It's a great event.
changing.
Yeah,
That's
always
for
changing.
sure.
It's a great event.
And you mentioned pediatrics and orthopedics have recently opened, right? So 2 new clinics?
Yes, 2 new clinics. Really excited having our open house on October 10th. So come on out and learn more about the pediatrics. We have 2 great providers, and you're going to love them.
Very nice. So October 10th, pediatrics open house.
5:30 to 7:30 p.m. We're going to have some superheroes and princess themes. So if you want to bring your kids with you, this is a kid-friendly event. We really encourage them to dress up. Right around the corner from Halloween. So what a great time to show those costumes out to begin
That sounds
with.
very fun. And tell me the time again for that one.
It's 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Light refreshments will be served.
Nice.
And wear your costumes.
Fun. And where is that clinic located?
That is at the Medical Campus Drive.
Okay.
It's right there off of Highway
211 and 17.
211, 17.
Okay.
Very convenient. It's right across from our gastro office as well.
Okay, very nice. Perfect. Well, thank you. This has been so great. We've learned so much about what's going
it's
on.
great.
Is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up?
Really, I'm just excited to be back in the community, and I really want to thank Novant, my team members, and the community for welcoming me back with open arms.
Well, we're certainly excited that you chose to be here as well.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Thank you for tuning in to ATMC TV's HealthWatch. I hope this information was beneficial for you and your family. If you have any topics or questions you'd like to see discussed on a future show, please email them to atmctv@atmc.com. Visit NovantHealth.org for more information on Novant Health Brunswick Medical Center, local doctors, and general health information. Thank you again for joining us today. Be sure to join us next time on HealthWatch on ATMC TV.
Merge TV from ATMC is the new way to watch TV. It's your ATMC cable TV package delivered to your favorite streaming device with no cable box fees. Plus, Cloud DVR lets you record as many shows as you want. With Merge TV, you never miss a minute of fun, even if everyone's favorite show is on. And watch anywhere in your home on internet-connected devices. Add Merge TV to your ATMC bundle and save. Merge TV from ATMC. It's the new way to watch.
This is ATMC TV, your community channel.